2022, something unusual started happening at European ports. Tankers were arriving not from Russia or the Middle East, but from Lagos, Nigeria. For years, Europe had relied on a handful of familiar suppliers for its fuel. Many of them now suddenly unreliable, sanctioned, or caught in open conflict. Wars, sanctions, and shipping disruptions collided all at once, and European buyers found themselves scrambling for fuel sources they'd never seriously considered. Fuel prices soared. Energy security became a daily headline. Governments across Europe searched anywhere they could for stable, reliable, refined fuel. Traditional routes suddenly looked fragile. Europe needed new refining capacity in new places from suppliers not tied to the conflicts disrupting everyone else. That is exactly the gap the Dangote Refinery was built to fill. High-quality refined fuel far from the geopolitics shaking traditional supply routes. One of the largest single-train refineries on the planet, capable of refining 650,000 barrels of crude oil every single day. $20 billion invested, massive refining capacity, a facility built specifically to compete on quality, price, and reliability on the world stage. So European buyers did something few would have predicted. A decade earlier, they began importing high-quality refined fuel directly from Lagos, Nigeria. Tankers loaded at the Lagos coastline, carrying diesel, petrol, and jet fuel bound not for African ports, but for terminals across Europe itself. From Nigeria to the world, fuel that once would have been unthinkable to export at this scale was suddenly powering European homes, cars, and industries. It was not charity, and it was not luck. It was one African refinery offering exactly what a fractured global market urgently needed. Dependable supply, strict quality assurance, and advanced production standards meant Nigerian fuel could meet the same specifications European buyers had always demanded elsewhere. Jet fuel refined in Africa began powering commercial flights connected to European airports, a role almost no one would have predicted a decade ago. Diesel, gasoline, fertilizer products, once assumed to only flow into Africa, were now flowing out of it straight into some of the world's largest economies. For the first time, Africa was not simply a market waiting to be sold to. It had become a supplier the rest of the world actually needed. A continent long defined by what it lacked had quietly become a continent supplying what the wealthiest markets on Earth suddenly could not do without. This is only a glimpse of that story. The full story is in my new book, Dangote Refinery, available now on Amazon.